done it one time.
He always
Yes.
takes a knee.
All right. I'd like to call to order the special meeting of the Solvang City Council, November 30th, 2020, 6 p.m. Could I get a roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem Clark,
Here.
Councilmember DeJarnis, absent. Councilmember Johnson,
Here.
Councilmember Waite,
Here.
Mayor Toussaint.
Here. Dan, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I'd love to.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, with that, we have public communications, written or verbal. I have no speaker slips. Is there anyone that'd like to speak?
Would anybody here in person like to speak on items not on the agenda?
Okay. Seeing none.
Can we ask the public on Zoom? If anybody on Zoom would like to speak on items, please raise your hand. Seeing none.
Okay. On to the special meeting business agenda, we have one item. We're citing the facts of the recall election, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Solvang, California, accepting declaration of the results of the general municipal election held on November 3rd, 2020, regarding solely the recall of Councilmember Niels Chris Diernes, Measure P 2020, and the election of a candidate to fill the vacancy of the recall prevails. The City Council is recommended to take the following actions. One, adopt resolution number 20-1127, a resolution of the City Council, City of Solvang, California, reciting their facts, the outcome of the general municipal election held on November 3rd, 2020, regarding solely the recall of Councilmember Niels Chris Diernes, Measure P 2020, and the election of the candidate to fill the vacancy if the recall prevails, and declaring results on solely said election matters. Is there anything else that goes with this?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As you have just recited, that is the recommendation and the matter in front of you. I can give just a really quick report on a little bit of the background, that this election was held on November 3rd of 2020 to decide the question of the recall and an officer to replace the recalled officer, so the recall be prevailed. I received the official results from the County of Santa Barbara on November 25th of 2020, at which point this special council meeting was scheduled to put in front of you, accepting the resolutions and the results of the recall. And just to summarize, there was a total of 3,312 votes taken for the question of whether the recall shall prevail. And out of those votes, 2,878 of them, which represents 86.9%, voted yes to recall, and 434 votes, or 13%, voted no. For the question of the fill in the remainder of the two-year term for this vacancy, shall the recall prevail, there was two names that were presented to the voters, which was Jim Thomas and Jamie Baker. Jim Thomas, who is here today, received 2,282 votes, or 71.56%, and Jamie Baker received 876 votes, which represents 27.47%.
All right. So I believe the council needs to make a motion accepting and adopting resolution number 20-1127.
Correct.
Okay. Is there any public comment on this item?
Would anybody in person like to speak on this item? Seeing none, would anybody on Zoom like to speak on this item? Please raise your hand. Seeing no speakers.
Okay. Are there any questions of the staff report?
Nope.
I have two questions. One, has anyone ever been recalled by 90% before?
That is not a question, not in my tenure.
Number two, Chip, I'm trying to remember election code. I think there's something in there about a council member being served, and usually they shape up before being shipped out. Do you recall that?
Mr. Mayor, I think what you may be thinking of is the Secretary of State's handbook on
local agency recalls, and what it mentions is the fact that there is a process which includes the recallee or potential recallee being served, and then the requirement that they be given an opportunity to provide a responsive statement. And even in the Secretary of State's handbook, it mentions the fact that very few recalls go past that point, because typically the recallee, on hearing the concerns of the citizens who elected them, will at least make an effort to correct their ways or explain their ways. And in this instance, I would note you had a circumstance where the recallee sort of doubled down on that, the activity that the citizens had complained about. So I'm assuming that's what you're probably
That was my question.
remembering.
My commentary was that last part you ended up with, but well said. All right, with that, Chris Dearnas, if you have anything, okay, he's not here. I'll move that we adopt the resolution. Can we get a second?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded.
Mayor Pro Tem Clark,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
No.
Councilmember Waite,
Yes.
Mayor Tushant.
Yes.
Passes 3, 1, and 1 absent.
Okay. All right, with that, we have the second portion of this. Let's see. So I think
You want
now this, what?
Should we install them or?
Yep.
Yep.
So now the city clerk will present Jim Thomas, who is elected to replace recalled officer Chris Dearnas with certificate of election and Honorable Superior Court Judge Timothy Staffel. Am I saying that correctly? Will administer the oath of affirmation, allegiance, and Jim Thomas will assume the city council member office.
Thank you. I would just like to ask Jim Thomas to come up, and we'll first do the official affirmation of office.
Thank you very much.
And if we could have the judge please come up and use the microphone. You may take off your mask, and Jim, if you could stand.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, if you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Jim Thomas,
I, Jim Thomas,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic.
that I will bear true faith
that I
and
will bear
allegiance
true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and I will well and faithfully
that I will and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, Solvang City Councilman Jim Thomas.
Thank you.
And I think we have to sign this, is that right, madam?
Please sign.
I wanted to stay consistent.
Jim, you may.
Hey, Robert. Robert, at the next meeting, you want to say here, right? Yeah. Okay, let's switch at the next meeting so that you're already here.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll provide you any opportunity to make any comments you wish, otherwise we will adjourn the meeting.
I think I'll withhold them for now and maybe make some at a later date.
Understood. We're adjourned.
Mayor, you may want to mention the planning commission meeting is still happening this evening at 7 o'clock.
Oh, and I'll just note the planning commission meeting is still happening tonight. I think it just got moved back half an hour.
No, meeting, that is on December 7th.
Oh, just
So
the next
this
one.
council will have, including Jim Thomas, will be present here for the next special council meeting, which is actually not agendized yet, but it will be for December 7th. And the planning commission will be held, which is also not agendized yet, at 7 PM on that same day, on December 7th.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you. We're adjourned.